Perfect. Right, I'm live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to week 2 rolling training with myself, Kyle Burrows. During the next half an hour, 40 minutes max, I'm going to take you through our week 2 of our rolling training. So I'm really excited about this. This is our new slides as well, which complement our website. So that's going to be really exciting. So to quickly recap on last week, we covered the Eagles Team website, which is eaglesteam.co.uk. and your new starters course and what to expect in that. So for all of you that have checked it out and given the amazing feedback, we're really excited for you and happy that you like it. It took a lot of work. Covered your reason why as well. So your important reason why to push you forward for your goals, then goal setting, compliance, personal use, business cycle, step 1, and the importance of your who do you know list. We also talked about your first launch and the importance of 4 case credits. So that was what we covered last week. If you did miss it, then you can search in the New Forever Eagles Team page in this one. Just type in week 1 and Lisa did the last week's. This week, we are going to cover goal setting review, goal review, business cycle step 2, contacting people, how to use our forms for the Eagles team that we've created, especially for you guys, how to set up your folder, your 1 to 31 folder, tracking customers and prospects, KISS 7 and what it is, customer service, and also then preparing for next week. So our training for week 3. So to start with, your goal settings, the goal review. So from writing down your goals last week and printing them out from the website, first of all, looking at what your main priority is. Because as we say, a goal without a goal is a dream until you put a deadline on it. So when you put a date on it, it's kind of like, right, I'm working towards something on that date. So first of all, it's, what is your main priority now moving forward? Is it a promotion? Is it to start building a team? Is it to start retailing more? Is it to start retailing, focusing on C9s? Is it retailing the Sonia kit or the Infinite kit, whatever that might be? And then also personal goals. So pay off debt, get your new car, whatever, get out of your job, whatever that might be. What's your deadline or your target date? So have you dated them? I always have the goal board with the dates on it, just so that I know, remind myself of when that goal is that I want to achieve it. And also take this goal to your next business planning meeting with your upline. So when you do have a catch-up planning with your upline manager or your upline team member who introduced you, show them your goal board and show them what dates you've got set down to achieve these by. Now, this isn't just to kind of stick a load of pictures on a board. This is to sit down and meaningfully ask yourself, what is it that I want? Because once you know what you want, then you're going to be unstoppable. You're going to know exactly what you're working towards. Otherwise, it can seem a bit like I'm just doing it to get by, but rather get a personal goal yourself, and then it's a lot easier then for you. And making them visual. So this is just a short example of a goal board here. Putting down things that on your dream board of, or whatever. You can put it in your pro planner. You can put it in a dream book, whatever it is. But always remember to really be specific with what you put on there. It's got to be meaningful to you. So if you don't want a Range Rover, don't stick a Range Rover on it. If you don't really want a new car, don't put a fancy car on it. So put something on it that's really specific to you, that's meaningful to you, and date them as well. So put that all important date on it so you know when your deadline is that you're pushing forwards for. And as it says here, the key to effective visualization is to create the most detailed, clear, and vivid a picture to focus on as possible. So the more vivid it is, the more likely and quickly you are to begin attracting the things that help you to achieve what you want to get done. Now, what I would say is when I started forever, when I was pushing for all my promotions, and I still am now, what I do is I have the goal board, and especially from day one, I remember having the goal board, putting my pictures on there. So it was me on stage. I got a picture of a stage and stuck me on stage because I really wanted to be on stage being recognized for a promotion. I wanted to be a manager at the beginning, and I remember sticking my picture up on there. And so when I was working, I would visualize myself on the stage as a manager, and I would look up and I'd be like, yeah, come on, it's going to happen. And I would continue speaking to people. I would listen to good audio stuff as well in my car when I was driving to do one-to-ones or walking to one-to-ones or getting the bus, whatever it was. So I always had like a visual reminder in my head. So I always put the goal board somewhere where I could see it. So put it in your kitchen or by your fridge or by your desk where you work. So that's just right by there. So you see it all the time, because that will actually help you, especially when you're working on your own. And if you do like to work in groups, then, when we do work on our own, you might find it, well, I actually prefer working in groups. Well, that will keep you focused and say, you know what, come on, get your work done, because you're going to have all of that at the end of it. So challenging yourself. Now, when you come to goal setting, if you've never done it before, you might be a bit reserved and hold back on really what it is that you want. So we are saying to you, okay, right, open up your mind, open everything up a lot bigger. And if, take away all the limitations and actually write down what it is specifically that you want, but challenge yourself, push yourself. Don't set a goal that you didn't achieve in the past, because your mind will probably tell you, well, you said in the past, you didn't achieve it. Don't set it again. So maybe change it slightly so that it's a new goal. It might be similar, but it's new. It's not what you put on your goal board the last time. So it's something different, and focus on what you want, because that will, that will make you feel a lot better, and what makes you feel good. So focusing on what you want and what makes you feel good is a lot better than saying, okay, well, last year I didn't achieve that. I said I wanted manager last year, I didn't get it. Or I said I wanted to do chairman's bonus and I didn't get it. I said I wanted to do my 4cc level 4 pin and I didn't get it. Don't focus on that. Always focus on what you do want and what you're looking forward to having, because that will make you feel a lot better than thinking, because we can all say, oh, I didn't achieve that. You've got to be positive. Stretch yourself, push yourself to the limit. Don't limit your goals to fit other people's mindsets as well. If you're in a job or in an office or whatever surroundings that people are saying, good luck, it might work, it might, change it. But limit your time with those people, definitely, because the people you surround yourself with are very important. But also, don't limit those goals that you're going to set for yourself, just to fit other people's, I guess, what they think you're capable of. Because a lot of the people in Forever that have achieved insane things and incredible things, from the big to the small, they all had their challenges with people around them at the beginning, because it's something new. So people aren't used to people like yourself, dreaming big, saying, I'm going to have this, I'm going to have that. But also go away quietly and do it and prove them wrong. That was a big push for me anyway. The business cycle. So moving on to the next step. So we talked about the Who Do You Know list last week. And now this week, we're going to talk about the contacting part and showing the business opportunity. So this is, I think, is one of the most important parts, because how we offer the business is very important. It can mean that it can be the difference between sponsoring and not sponsoring. So first of all, we're going to talk about, offering the business through either email, phone call, face-to-face, and then also either doing a one-to-one, showing them online, the business presentation and all that kind of stuff. So top tips on inviting to the BP. I'm just going to make sure that this is nobody's having any issues, because my Wi-Fi isn't very strong. So I'm just going to check the team page and make sure that nobody can. Yeah, you can all hear me. Sweet. Okay. Hey, Caroline. Hey, Kim. Hey, Natalie, Morven, Amanda, Lush. Right. Okay. Everyone can hear me. Cool. So inviting people to the business. So here's some tips for that. Be yourself, be relaxed, and do what comes naturally to you. Do not try too hard to get everyone onto the business and show as many people as you can, so you can put them all on your activity tracker. It's not going to work well if you do it like that. So just completely chill out. When we think of offering someone a business, when we're either not successful yet in Forever, or what we define as successful, or we haven't been doing it a long time, always remember that the top leaders were once in your position. They just learned the skills and then they put them to use, and you learn as you do. This is a business that you don't, it's not like the police, for example, that I was in the police. It's not like we trained for 6 months and then you go out in the street and practice. You don't do that with Forever. With Forever, you learn as you do. So just be relaxed and just remember, I personally was once in your position on day one when I was speaking to my first 5 people and panicking and thinking, oh my God, what if they say this? What if they say that? We've all been there, but you can make a massive success of it as well. So by showing you this is going to help you with moving forward and how to do it. So remember that your job is to build a rapport and get to know the person's hot button that you are speaking with. So getting to know their hot button. For example, I was having a chat today with a girl who's on my Who Do You Know list, and I've prospected her before. She kind of, it wasn't the right time. So, but I got to know her hot button, which was she was going to have a baby. She was pregnant. She couldn't afford to join Forever at the time because she spent so much money on a private midwife. Don't know why when you get a free one on the NHS, but she wanted a private one. Anyway, she didn't join, but she is going to join. So I've built that rapport there. I filled out a prospect profiling sheet, and I've put all the information down that she's told me over the last year. And I got back in touch with her today because I know her hot button. So I was pressing on that, said, hey, how you doing? How is the baby? Have you gone back to work yet? I bet you're dreading, leaving Jago at home. Easy done. So I know her hot button as well. So that's your main goal, is to know someone's hot button. So then you can say, you know what? Remember when you said that you wanted to spend more time with the baby at home? Or remember when you said you want to go traveling? Remember when you said that you weren't really having a good time with your boss? Listen, I've got something here that I think you will absolutely love. I really want to show you it. So to explain the hot button properly, I guess it's a compelling reason or reasons as to why someone would take a serious look at the business opportunity with Forever. So we use the acronym FORD. So that is family, occupation, recreation, and dreams. So this is what you want to get to know out of your prospect, which is their family. So do they have a family? Who's in their family? Do they have kids? If they don't have kids, brothers and sisters, whatever. Occupation, what's their job? Because a lot of the time when somebody says, I'm a police officer, you say, my friend Kyle, Emma, Lisa, loads of other coppers you can list on the Eagles team. There's loads. We're police officers as well, and I work alongside them now. Share a success story. Or if they say I was a doctor, then you could use a doctor's thing. If I'm a mum at home, Jamila, she's got 5 children. I would use all these different, or if I'm a business person, I work a full-time job. Nicola Evans, my sister, I would use her. Recreation then, what do they like to do in their spare time? Do they like to go to play tennis? Do they like to go shopping? Do they like whatever their interests are, and whatever you see on social media? If they've gone to Centre Parks, hey, I've been to Centre Parks as well. It's amazing, isn't it? Press on those kind of things. Dreams, what are their goals? So getting to know them by opening them asking them lots of questions. That's the key to recruiting. It's not to just go, hey John, listen, I've started a business. I think you want to get to know them as well. So make it personal. And use the FORD, because FORD is really good. So how to make contact? Well, first of all, telephone. Everyone's got a phone. You can phone a friend, like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. You can phone a friend, family member. I mean, this has got to be the natural route, because if you, Emma used this example in Sweden on the weekend. She said, if she would have called Lisa with Juliana, who introduced Emma to the business, and said, hi, Lisa, I'm with Juliana, who is my upline, and she would like to speak to you, because I don't really know much, but about an opportunity, a business, and we think you would be absolutely fantastic for it. Lisa would have thought, this is really weird. Emma, have you been kidnapped? Like, what's going on? So you've got to do what's natural. So if you would call, if I'm your best mate and your means of speaking to me would be Facebook Messenger, message me through Facebook or voice clip me. If it is to speak to me on the phone or speak to me in person at work when you see me every day, do that. So do whatever comes, whatever you would do with that person. If it's someone on Facebook that you haven't spoke to for years, like some of mine that I recruited, pop them a Facebook message if you see them on Facebook and you see that's their way of interacting. Telephone call to a ex-work colleague. I've called some ex-work colleagues that I used to work in the police with. I had their number. Some of them were on Facebook. I've called them. Some of them joined. Some of them just bought products. You could call an acquaintance. Or social media. I mean, a lot of us use social media now, and it's becoming, I think, more acceptable to speak to people on social media, even if you haven't really known them that long, or if you once met them in a club, in a party, and you were just acquainted and you added each other on social media or whatever. There will be people that do join your business that don't really know you that well, and also people that you might have met just once. You just never know, because that's happened to all of us. And sometimes the people closest to you might be the last ones to join, like I was with Emma. But those are the different ways of getting in touch with someone about the opportunity. So sending an email to go through that. A lot of you who might be more businessy, traditional business style, then you might send an email rather than Facebook Messenger. And your message could be something like this. You might say, hi, Sarah, I'm dropping you an email because I couldn't find any of the contact details for you. I wanted to speak to you about a business opportunity that I've come across that I think that would really complement what you do already. If you'd like to send me your number, I could give you a call. Alternatively, I could send you some online information to watch. And if it intrigues you, then I could send you a business presentation that explains it in more detail. I think you'll be as excited as I was when you take a look. Thanks, Lucy, or love, Lucy, whatever, kind regards. So that would be like the style of an email that you might want to use. And then you've got face-to-face. So face-to-face, for me, is the best, because face-to-face is where you can get your passion and your excitement across to somebody really easily. It's my preferred way of recruiting people. When I lived in London and I started Forever, I did, 50 one-to-ones, at least 50 one-to-ones. And I would send them a 5-minute link. As soon as they say, yeah, sounds really interesting, I'm ready to look at the business presentation. Unless they said to me, right, let me watch it now quickly, I would say, are you free tomorrow? I will come and meet you after I finish my day job, which is like 7 o'clock. I'll meet you at 7. I'll come to you. So I would be running around town, getting on loads of buses and trains and tubes to go and meet that person, to sit face to face with them. Some people you'll talk to will only want to sit face to face with you because they just feel better feeding off that face-to-face interaction. They want to know it's legit, which is great. It also means then you can share that excitement face-to-face with them in person. It's also very relaxed. So you can ask questions. They can ask you as many questions as you want. You can also listen. You'll find their hot button because at the beginning of it, you sat down with a cup of coffee and you're just like, right, so like, tell me about your job, like, how's things? And then they're going to tell you everything they don't enjoy about their job. You're just going to get to know them a lot better. Now, most of the people I was meeting were not close friends of mine. A lot of them were people I just met through friends of friends at parties, one-offs, and through networking in London pre-Forever. So you already, this is a good thing as well, is for all of you that worry, think, oh, I've never done anything like this. None of us did, and none of us have, mostly, unless we came from another network marketing company. But you all are good network marketers already, because you all would have recommended a book, recommended a film, talked to somebody, complimented them on their makeup, on their hair, on their clothes, whatever. So we all build that relationship naturally. So don't freak out when you start building your team and prospecting people and think, am I doing this right? Just be natural. Just be your friendly self. And it's really, really simple. Ask a lot of questions, be interested. So when they're telling you stuff, like, genuinely be interested. I actually always used to take a pad and a paper, a pad and pen, and I used to sit and I say, would you mind if I just make some notes while you're talking? So I really want to, just want to get to know you a little bit better. So I'm just going to take some notes. That's what, I don't think I'm being rude. I'm just taking notes of what you say. So when they would say to me, I've got 4 children, I would write, oh, okay, 4 children. And then I would say, okay, so how much like money extra a month would help you with your family? And they would say, no, like an extra £800. Oh, brilliant. Okay, £800. And then next to that, I put assistant manager, because I know £800 will be assistant manager on the marketing plan. I'd write that down. So they know that I'm actively taking an interest into what they're saying. And I always felt that looks a lot more professional than just like, oh, cool, yeah, you want some more money? Great, let me show you this, you know? So face-to-face is a great way. You've also got the Eagles team, the first look. Now, this is a great way to for people to be added to our team, which is called Eagles Team, the First Look Facebook group. Now, every single Monday of 2018, we will be running short stories, like live interview style, at 8 p.m. every single Monday. And after that, at 8:30, we're going to do a live business presentation on the same night as well. So people that see the short interviews and think, oh, brilliant, you know, that's really interesting. They might be 15 to 20 minutes long. If they want to stay on then and watch it, 10 minutes later, you say the business presentation is going to be live in there as well. So what we do is we keep the interviews from last Monday and the Monday and the business presentation straight after it. We keep that on that page for a week. And then in the next week, then we'll do a new one and delete the other weeks. And then you can always tag in your people into that. So in order to show them that, what you can do, first of all, very exciting, is go to Eagles Team website, which is eaglesteam.co.uk, our exciting brand new website that we've done. And you can download your prospecting guide. So this is really handy. A lot of us got together and put down a solid, proven, step-by-step, simple, proven prospecting guide for you guys to help you with how to prospect. So you can't ever say, I didn't know how to do it, because it's all done and it's really, really simple, and it looks it looks easy to follow. It is easy to follow as well. Easy to follow. And it's a great way to take yourself through it step by step. It's just a really easy, simple guide. So for the short stories and live interviews, this is what you would say to get them onto the page. You say, I'm really looking forward to you seeing it. I've added you to our secret group. have a quick nosy at the short video that I have tagged you in. And as soon as you've seen them, let me know. I think you're going to love it and be so excited. And then what you do then is you tag your prospect to the group, and you add them to the group, and then you tag them in the latest short stories live event. So yesterday was Monday. There will be the short stories in there that I think Lisa did. She did, yeah. Lisa did one last night. So you can tag them in that short interview style on the Eagles Team, the First Look Facebook group. So this is once you're telling them about the business, you've offered to show them information. They've said, yeah, great, I want to have a look. Then you would say, I'm really looking forward to you seeing it. I've added you to this Our Secret group. Have a quick nosy at the short video that I've tagged you in. As soon as you've seen it, let me know. I think you're going to love it and be so excited. Then you tag them in it. You add them in the page, tell your upline manager so we can approve them. And then you can tag them in the latest stories live event. I just want to say at this point, some of you might be thinking who've been in the business a while, what about the 5-minute link and the 30-minute business presentation? Still use that. If that's your preferred method, I still use it that way. I actually prefer that way, but this is another way that you can do. What you'll find is certain people, if you're like me, you'd be like, just send it to me now. Send 5-minute link, and then send me the business presentation. I want to see it. Some people might not be on Facebook, so you would send them the business presentation that way. This is just simply another way to helping you recruit, and it's all done for you. So all you have to do is add them to the page, tag them in it, and then you can speak to them straight away as soon as they've seen it. So this is just another add-on for you, which is a great way, and it's helping people recruit a lot. So a positive response from your prospect would be something like, sounds interesting, can you send me the presentation, please? So that's as soon as they saw the short stories live presentation bit, the interview style questions, then they say, yeah, sounds interesting, can you send me the presentation? That's a good response. And what you would do then is you would say, great, the business presentation is about 30, 40 minutes. When will you get a chance to watch it? And then you can tag them in the latest live business presentation in the same group, Eagles Team, the First Look, or tag them in next Monday's live presentation. So if the one has been deleted, you would just say, right, I'll tag you in it Monday. So say, put a reminder in your diary. It's 8:30 p.m. next Monday, straight after the short interviews. And then you can tag them in that group then, and they can watch. And also make sure you follow up once they've seen the information. This is key, right? When I started, I was a bit crap because I was trying to speak to 1 million people at once. And I did forget certain people just because, you're only human, you're not a robot. So always make sure you follow up, because some of the people that I did miss out, or I thought, they'll think I'm being pushy if I follow them up. They wouldn't. They would have thought I was being really professional, because it would be like you saying to me, this is the best business in the world. I can't wait for you to see it. And as soon as I've watched it, I'm thinking, cool, I've watched it. What, you now want me to call you? It's almost like you speak to them. As soon as they've seen that, as soon as the business presentation is finished, say 5 minutes, and give them a call or give them a message or call them on FaceTime, whatever, or meet up with them, however you prefer. But always make sure you follow up once they've seen the information, even if it's a short interview style that they've just watched, which is the 15, 20 minutes one. So following up is key there, and it does get you that. It does get you a team. If you miss it, you kind of sometimes can miss out on an opportunity there. So keeping organized. The 1 to 31 folder, this is simply the only way you're going to keep organized with your business, and it's really, really simple. That's why we do it. It's cheap. You don't have to pay subscriptions every month. You don't have to pay anyone to do it for you. It is simply your folder. What you need, I'm going to show you because I've got mine here, because I genuinely do it, is a 1 to 31 folder. So this is my retailing. I've got a retail folder, and I've also got my activity trackers and who do you know list. So I've got 2 folders. Those are my business. Who do you know list and activity tracker, and a 1 to 31 for my retail and prospects. So all you're going to need to buy is a folder, 1 to 31 dividers, which are days of the month. I think you can see here. So you've got days of the month, months of the year, and 1 to 31, which are days of the month. What people sometimes say is, oh, it's okay, I don't need to do that. I jot it down on paper. And I was like, okay. So for example, I've been jotting stuff down today. There's papers everywhere. If that was my business, it would be a mess, and I would not be able to recruit. I guarantee it will not work. You might get lucky recruiting 1 or 2 people to start with. You will not be able to sustain it, and you would be wasting your time. So the best way to do it is get a folder. It's very cheap. Get January to December dividers, buy 1 to 31 dividers, get some clear plastic wallets. If you're fussy like me, I don't like hole punching it because I get the crinkle paper. I'm a bit OCD. And then you're good then to start working that 1 to 31 folder as well. And post-it notes won't do. So don't try and just do it with post-it notes because they would be a mess. So the reason why we use this sort of system with the 1 to 31 is because it keeps you organized. Your time then is productive. All of us have busy lives. So we will have set amounts of time every day that we put into forever. And if you're seriously building it, you'll definitely be doing it every day. So you want to ensure that that time is, income producing time and productive. So you can plan effectively from these as well. You can keep in touch with your prospects. It's simple to use. It's duplicatable. So I can sit and show you it. And I do. My team, those are watching, if I've recruited you or some of my teams recruited you, I've always shown you the 1 to 31 system. And it will always give you a secure, long-standing business. Like, this is the same 1 to 31 folder that I had when I first started. I mean, the folder is new because it was battered around, but it's exactly the same things in it as it was on day one. So I would suggest you you always stick to using the 1 to 31 folder because it'll help you. Profile sheets. So this is actually an old profile sheet. I'll need to change this. But on the Eagles team website, under forms, there is prospect profile sheet. Now the prospect profile sheet is what you can print out. And there's also a customer profile sheet. Those are the only two things that you will need to print out to put in the 1 to 31 folder. You also need your Who Do You Know list and your activity trackers. So your Who Do You Know list goes at the top of the folder, followed by activity trackers. Oh, here, see? I color code my activity trackers, so that's what all the colors for. So that's what you'll put in there. On top of that then, in my 1 to 31 folder, like so, there we go. 1 to 31 folder is prospect profile sheet. And let me find a retail, because I use the 1 to 31 for my retail. There we go. So for people on C9s or fits, there we go, retail customer. And I actually redesigned these recently to put more information on there to help you guys. So I find them a lot better if I don't say so myself, so it helps. But your prospect profile sheets, for example, you put all their details on it, you put their hot buttons on it. You can note down on there names of their children. If they just had a tooth out and they couldn't meet you for a one-to-one because they were having a tooth out or they couldn't speak to you on the phone, you put all that on there. So when you do speak to them, you say, "Oh, John, mate, how's the tooth? I know you're getting your tooth taken out. How is it?" Little things like that. If they've complained about commuting to work, you would put on there, doesn't like the commute to work. So when you talk to John, you will mention the commute to work. Very, very simple. So customer retail forms. We've also done a lot of customer forms for you to keep a track. So all your retail customers, products purchased, the price that they purchased it at, the date they purchased it, when they're due for a renewal, so it can keep you as a prompter, interested in other products, and also relevant personal professional information as well. So all these forms are on the Eagles team website that you can download and print off. So your activity trackers are the most important when you're prospecting, because this is where you're going to see exactly where somebody is on the business cycle. If you need to follow up with them, when you sent them information, when you're due to follow them up again next, you can put all that on the activity tracker. It's the easiest thing ever. If any of you don't know how to use them, please go onto the Eagles team website, and under, I believe it is module 1 or 2 of the network training, you will see a video of Who Do You Know list and activity trackers. And I've done the video there myself and actually taken you through how to physically fill it out yourself, what to do in certain situations if you've got a prospect who says X and a prospect who says Z, whatever. So that's a really good video to watch. So keep track of who you're speaking to, see which part of the cycle they're at. You can then work out your statistics from this, which means I'll show you what I mean by that. When you have a list, a complete full activity tracker, for example, I color code mine. So let's take this one, for example. I color code these. So blue means no, not for now. Yellow means yes, they joined, and green means yes in the future. So they said no for now, but they will join in the future. So I color code them. So I know there's 12 people on this tracker. It's an old tracker, so the new ones are on the website. But this tracker has, it has 10 blues, 1 yellow, which is yes. So 10 no, not for nows or ignored. 1 yes, which is yellow, and 1 in the future. So I can say my stats are 1 in 12 say yes, if I'm going by this. 1 in 12 say yes. 1 in 12 said yes in the future, and 10 said no, or no, not for now. So I know my stats. So it was really good when you're actually looking at your own stats and you look at your activity trackers and say, okay, 3 in 40 people have joined my team that I've spoke to so far. So you would divide that and say what, one in around 10 people you speak to. So you have to speak to 10 people to get a yes. So then you know how many people you need to be speaking to. And that's a really good way then to kind of tell yourself, right, I need to speak to this many people today. We've also created a points activity sheet, which I absolutely love. It's a really good indication, and I used these when I started. It was a good indication if I was doing enough work, because I didn't know what was good or what was okay or what was just going to get me by, or if I was doing great work, like as if I was like, yeah, you're on your way to manager and beyond there. So we've created an Eagles points activity sheet, which I designed. It's on the website, and you can download it today. And it's free. It comes with the website, and you can then start scoring yourself. So things on there for asking a customer or prospect for a referral, phoning a prospect, doing a one-to-one, follow-up call, hosting a home business presentation, taking a guest to your BP, all different things on there. Share these on the new Forever Eagles team and your smaller team pages. It's great to see everyone using them. I've been sent a load of them already, and I'm like, that is amazing. And you can see loads of massive action going in. So I know you guys are going to get really good results from this. It's brilliant. But it's basically showing you massive action equals massive results. If you like to kind of give yourself a little tick and a little score, then you can do so. And it's a great way to keep a track of it. So KISS 7 is 2 high-value products. So you might have heard the KISS 7 before. We've used it in every role in training since the last 2.5 years, 3 years. So you definitely would have heard that if you've watched the training before. KISS 7 is 7 products, 2 of them being high value and 5 just being everyday run-of-the-mill sounds negative, everyday products that people buy all the time. 2 high-value products, obviously one person wouldn't buy that every month. A C9 unless they were, I don't know, me, because I'm always trying to lose weight. But 2 high value products and 5, less expensive products as well. Keeping it really, really super simple. What we do with this is we focus on selling 2 of those products. So you can choose those. You might choose the Infinite Kit. You might say, right, Kai, I'm going to choose Infinite Kit this month and the C9. So I'm going to focus on selling as many C9s as I can and getting as many new Infinite customers as I can. So I'm saying I'll go for 5 Infinites and 10 C9s, whatever. And then I'll say, right, how many gel drinkers am I going to get this month? How many new ones? How many gels am I going to sell? How many travel kits am I going to sell? How many juice? How many Garcinia, RG? How many moisturizing lotions, heat lotions, whatever that might be? Have a list of it, and you can set yourself a little track of it, and you can then start marking off. I would say don't try and become a master of all of it. I've focused, it's common knowledge, but if you've never heard me speak about it before, I've always focused on C9s, always, because to me, that was the most obvious thing to sell. It was the highest case credits, one of the highest profits, and everyone wants to lose weight and look and feel better. So why would I try and graft to try and sell a tooth gel, which is £5 and is hardly any case credits, when I could sell a C9 and that's going to appeal way more to my friend rather than a tooth gel. I still sell tooth gels, but a C9 was, to me, just obvious. So if that is you as well, then you will experience, great case credits on top of selling the everyday stuff like tooth gels, drinking gels, face wash, whatever. But C9s as well. So choosing those 2 high value products, study them, get to know them, do one yourself, do a Fit 15 and a C9 and a Vital 5, get to know what's in it, how you feel. That's what's going to sell it. And then you can focus on selling as many of those as you like then. It's totally up to you. And then the everyday stuff could be, you might want Sonia serum, tooth gel, deodorant. I sell quite a lot of deodorants because I rave about it because I absolutely love it. It's weird. I'm like, how can I love deodorant this much? But I do. And I talk about it to other people. Whenever I'm with my friends at the gym and they pull out a deodorant, I'm like, no, you have to stop using that. It's got aluminium salts in it. Use this deodorant. It's not like a normal roll-on. It doesn't leave you sticky and all horrible. Try it if you love it. I'll get you one. They're like, oh, that's nice. Yeah, that smells lovely. So, whatever you want to focus on, you'll sell. So rather than try and say, right, I've got all these products, which ones do I sell? Focus on those 7, and it does help you a lot. And it also relieves the stress of trying to focus on everything rather than on just a few rather than everything. Customer service is really important. So, I mean, that is common sense, but I think if you haven't come from a customer service background, this won't come naturally to you. It didn't to me, so I had to be taught it. So these are skills that I've learned, and it's definitely helped with my retail customer base. Because at first I just thought I can't see myself ever retailing, but it's quite the opposite now. I retail quite a lot. So a vital part of your to your business in network marketing is the customer. Now, it sets you apart from the rest, how you give customer service. How many times somebody has said to me, oh yeah, well, I was buying it from this person, but they were really slow getting back to me. I sold 3 C9s at Christmas to a guy who used to buy from a girl in Cardiff. She's not an Aberdeen, you'd be pleased to know, but she never used to get back to him, and she would be late in delivering products. So he had actually heard of me from a friend, and he messaged me randomly on Facebook, and I've sold him 3 C9s. I've sold him a Sonia kit this month already. So it just goes to show, if you do good customer service, it'll set you apart. So they'll create loyalty, because that guy is not loyal to her. He wouldn't buy from her again now because she wasn't good at giving him customer service. She didn't really care about him. So you can build up a good reputation. People also who get good customer service will tell other people. So they might do your job for you as well with retailing. It retains customers, so it helps with retention. You get good referrals, like I said. You build trust and confidence. You get to know them, so you develop the relationship with their customer as well. Generates you a regular customer base. And you can keep a track then of also all the people that they're introducing you to, all the products they're buying. This guy that I just mentioned, he referred another girl, Carly, to me, and she's just bought a C9. No, actually, she's just finished a C9. She's on day 9 today. What else? And he's bought a propolis cream from me for his mum. He's also offered me 55% discount for L'Oreal because he worked for the L'Oreal group. I mean, this is like dream. And I got he just came to me because the woman was giving him really bad customer service. So always give the best customer service, and like he's done, he's actually referred people to me, which is great. It means I didn't have to do anything really. Because I've given him the good customer service, he's referred someone to me. And you know what, I've got to say, with the Eagles team, I have seen so many, and you hear loads of amazing stories of how you've all taken the training and with retailing and put it into good use. And like you've done like birthday cards, like little cheap birthday cards, little gift ideas, Christmas things for them and stuff. And that's what is giving you all such amazing case credits with your retailers, because you're going at that a little extra step. And I think that makes such a big difference when it comes to customer service as well. So looking after them with the VIP page, I recommend that you all get one, a little private customer page on your Facebook to look after those customers that are buying from you. It's good to put customer incentives on there, just like you do with your team. You can have customer of the week. You can give them loyalty cards, thank you cards. But when you first start off, you might just have one customer right now and you've just started forever, which is amazing. Still create it. And then you can add in your customers then as you go along as well. So always ask them if they'd like to be part of your VIP page. And if they do, then they will receive a free aloe lips, for example. What you can do in these VIP pages, your customer page, is upsell. So, for example, I buy a Sonia serum off you and a deodorant stick. And we've not talked about the C9. Once you put me in your VIP group, there might be Jonathan in that group. I'm saying John a lot tonight, I don't know why. Maybe there's a prospect called Jonathan going to come into my business tomorrow. I hope so. Anyway, so when you put me in that Facebook group, in your VIP page, there might be John who's on day 4 of his C9 and he's posted an update, or you've congratulated him on C9 and you post some before and after pictures, which always work really, really well. I then see that and say, God, I need to lose a bit of weight. What's that? What is that? And you might not have had the chance to tell me about the C9 yet because it hasn't naturally come into conversation. And then I say, John, I say, Nick, what is this? What's that C9 about? There you go. You've introduced me to the C9. You've exposed me to another product. So you're upselling a C9 to me because I'm in that VIP group. And that works really, really well. So that works for everyone who runs their VIP groups well. Get exciting, just share loads of tips, go live in there, share recipes if they're on the C9, shake ideas, whatever. You can mix it up. You can have a lot of fun with it, and it's really good. So to sort out for next week, you can download your week 2 rolling training checklist. You can then tick off as you go along what you've got done. So what we're going to do is, from today, what I've gone through is developing your goal and vision board. So get your pictures, start thinking now what you want to put on that goal board. Get a clear, a blank pin board or chalkboard, whatever, or whiteboard, and then you start putting your stuff on there. Have fun with it, involve the family. We tend to in our family, and we sit down, go through our goals, then cut out the pictures, put the dates on them, stick them on there, and put them where we work, so they're there really visual. So have fun doing that and develop your own goal or vision board. Contacts, we're going to start speaking to 5 to 10 people a day. If you speak to 5 new people a day in 1 year, that means you will have exposed 1,825 people to the opportunity. You will definitely have recruited 50 of those people. 50 of those people will get you to manager or senior soaring manager and beyond. So just think, 5 people a day brings freedom your way. If you speak to 10 people a day, like I did at the start as well, you're going to go a lot quicker. So make sure you discipline yourself to speak to people every single day. And always set yourself that goal and that target. Say, right, I'm going to do a minimum of 5 today. And I'm going to put 5 people on the activity tracker as soon as I spoke to them and offered them the opportunity. Set up your 1 to 31 folders. Buy your folder. Buy your 1 to 31 dividers, January to December dividers, and your clear plastic wallets. So you can get 2 folders like I do. Your who do you know list goes on the top, activity trackers on the bottom, and then the 1 to 31 then for your retailing and moving your prospect profile sheets through. Print off the sheets that I showed you that you're going to need for the folders as well. Select your KISS 7 products. So the 2 high-value products might be C9 and Vital 5, or C9 and Fit 15, or Infinite and C9, whatever. And then 5 everyday favorite products as well. Learn them, use them, start sharing them, and focusing on getting those out the door as well. And then setting up your VIP page. So have a think of, find a good cover photo. You might want to put your picture on it. You might want to put VIP and all sprinkles and stars on it. If you're a guy, put a load of, gym people, whatever you want to do. Set up your VIP page and then add those people that have bought products from you to the page. If they haven't, and then you say, I've set up a product page, I'd love to add you to it. You get a free yellow lips if you want to go into it. Then you can start posting pictures, etc., etc. So that is weeks 2. I hope you have enjoyed it. And if there's any questions, I'll have a look on the comments after. I just couldn't watch it as I'm doing it because I would hear myself. And I hope you have an amazing week. Have a productive week. And we really look forward. Actually, it's our Eagles Pro Academy Kickstart Weekender on this Saturday and Sunday in Cardiff. So we are mega excited. I think it's sold out now. I think there might have been a few more tickets that got released. So if you're lucky enough to have got one, then amazing. I will see all of you committed business owners at the Eagles Weekender. You're in for a real treat, because Jeanette Magnuson is coming and Peter Tchaikovsky. And I can tell you, after the weekend that Emma kindly took me to in Sweden, I have never met such a special woman since starting Forever. She is unbelievable. She's been in Forever for 19 years, and she is the most humblest woman ever. We went to a farm and we stayed on her grounds, which is, it's almost like a dream-like place. It has like 5 separate houses, all stunning, kitted out. We stayed in one of the huts with like a hut. It was like a log cabin house, and overview of this massive lake. There's all like snow and trees, and she has a Maserati on the drive, an Audi on the drive, and she's just very calm. Comes from a hairdressing background, was asking her loads and loads of questions, and she's just incredible to listen to. So we are very, very lucky that she's coming to speak to us and is going to share, how she's built her business and tell you all the things that basically you're going to need to know to help you build your business. I came away feeling a sense of calm, but also so pumped up and driven. It was just blew my mind, because hearing people's stories like that are really what propel me forward. I'm very much like a story person. I love hearing stories. It keeps me inspired. And quickly before I go, there was a couple that were there, they're Diamond Sapphire managers within her team, and they've been doing Forever for 19 years as well. Jeanette sponsored Lena because Lena was her therapist. She was like a physio and Reiki. So Jeanette said, you should look at the business. It would be great for you. She joined 19 years later. I think 80 countries traveled with Forever. She's been everywhere all over the world, and she's now Diamond Sapphire, and she's earned over $700,000 in chairman's bonuses alone in that time. She said they went to the Bahamas and they went for like an international rally. Forever took them all out to the Bahamas, and there was a hurricane due to hit the island of the Bahamas. And no airline could get them out. All the holiday reps were going crazy. They were trying to get them out of the country, off the island. They couldn't. Rex chartered 3 private jets and flew every single business owner off that island like that, instantly. No questions asked. Everyone was taken away, which is and I said to her, what was your favorite part? What's your favorite, been your most memorable experience? She said it was that. It was then that I realized, God, this company is just insane. It's way nicer. They're just more humble people than you can ever imagine. And one thing we were saying earlier was they lead with their heart and not their wallet. So all these old sweats, I call them, like in the police, who have been in it for years, they're not in it for a quick buck. They're in it genuinely to help people. So they lead with their heart, not with their wallets. And we were hearing all these stories. I can't wait for you to come to Wales and share it with the Eagles team. So we're super excited. So grab your tickets, and I will look forward to seeing all of you on Saturday morning, bright and early, for a weekend that is going to help kickstart your 2018. So I love you all. Have an amazing week, and get doing your list now of all the things you've been through, and share it on the page. And I will see you all very, 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 very soon. Bye.